Well, here we are. And the wind just picked up. So I'm sorry about any wind noise. This is Rio Rancho Estates area. Rusty, come here. Somebody's shooting target. Went ahead and turned the truck around so that it would be convenient to get out of here. This is interesting. I would enjoy bringing my moped out here and just romping around. It's definitely got a different vibe than the Taos Mesa, I have to say. Like, it's a little more imposing. That could just be me, though. It's a little bit more just like, don't know if you actually want to be here kind of vibe. But part of that, I think, is just I don't know where I am right now. I don't know if someone lives around here or someone thinks this is their area, or you never know. But here it is. It's very quiet and I really like it. It's really pleasant. I think it's also just been a while since I've been out in the desert like this. Rusty sure likes it. Oh. You can hear dirt bikes on almost all sides here. It seems like there's a dirt bike over there and there's a dirt bike over there. It's pretty cool out here though, not gonna lie. So what can we see up over this ridge? Also, the dirt here is super just straight clay. Like, this is the dirt you make adobe out of. You need some sand for sure, but there's a lot of illegal dumping I noticed on the way out here. There's a lot of random trash piles. Just random crap like hanging out here. Artifacts from past inhabitants, perhaps. I saw two cops heading the opposite direction, about roughly that way. And they looked like they were on a mission. Yeah. This is interesting for sure. Also notice there's about 1 million ways to get out here. Well, 4 that I saw heading out. I definitely didn't have to come this far out. Let's go check out the big ass cholla. So yeah, you can find lots, quarter acres of course, so not particularly legal to build on, but you can find them for $500, $200 sometimes out here. And I think the reason is there's no water, so Rusty. So if you were to build something out here, you'd be trucking in all your water if they would allow it. I'm not sure how Albuquerque works with regards to building on off-grid land. Also, a lot of the right away you notice that a lot of the roads that are on the map don't actually exist, which is pretty normal in a place like this. Look at this giant cholla. Isn't that cool? It's huge, and they're all over the place too. It's definitely cactus territory. Is that a juniper I see? There are some lone junipers scattered about, but mostly choyas. And I guess this is sagebrush. Yeah, this is totally sagebrush. I don't know, is it spiny? Yeah, this is sagebrush. It's a little more scraggly looking than what you see on the mesa. I mean the Taos Mesa. But it's there. It is present. Accounted for. Let's go check out this random trash pile over here. Like someone pulled all the way this far out just so they could dump random trash. I don't want to go too far away from the truck because I don't know what the natives of this area are like. I'm not sure if the locals are friendly or not, you know. I imagine they would be. There's one of the smaller cactuses. I can't remember what these are. I think these are prickly pear relatives. I don't think they're actually prickly pears. I'm trying not to step on too much of the plant life because some of this stuff is really old. And there's already big ass roads cut through it, so I don't want to contribute to that destruction. What do we have here? Someone's random ass trash pile with a hornet. I saw a hornet in some of that. I feel like that imposing feeling is starting to go away as I spend more time out here. But hey, you know, this is the best place you could possibly come hang out for a minute during a pandemic, I feel like. You're not going to encounter other people very much. If you do, I feel like they're going to keep their distance. I don't have any concerns about not wearing a mask right now. I have to say it wasn't fun getting out here as far as the road and just the feeling that you get. It's like, it makes you a little anxious at first. Then it kind of settles down and now we're in nowhere land. Somebody lives out here. I hear their dogs barking off in the distance. That's the main thing. If you come out to a place like this, you don't want to come and bother the people that live here. You don't want to if you see a house, just avoid it as best you can, because most people want to be left alone in a place like this. If you drive up to their property, they're going to immediately likely have alarm bells going off in their heads, like, what's this person doing here? What's about to happen? So, best to just avoid if you can. Pretty cool though. I'm really happy I came out here. I needed a minute out of the city. It definitely doesn't have the same vibe as Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. It's kind of just like abrupt cutoff of the city. I don't know if I already mentioned this, but I think the reason that they can't get water all the way out here, obviously, and then up at the point where the suburban sprawl kind of abruptly starts thinning out, is I guess as far as they could go with the water mains. And I think wells have to be incredibly deep out here, because I know Taos Mesa wells are like 900 feet deep, more than 900 feet. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a similar situation here to get good water. You liking this, Rusty? Hey, Rusty! You stay close. You don't wander that far. Come on. You gotta stay close to your papa. Come on. It's great, huh? Hot dog. come hang out for a day or two and just camp out or something, I'd do it out here for sure. It's just close enough, but just far enough removed. There's the wind again. This mesa just extends way off in that direction. It's strange to me that people aren't living off the grid here. That makes me suspect that the city might not allow it. At this point, though, I think I'm going to start walking back to my vehicle, protect it, make sure it doesn't get jacked. I believe this is, I actually don't remember which road this is. I want to say this is a Trisco Drive Southwest. Not sure of that though, don't quote me on it. Might as well be called Fresh Air Road. See over here. I just feel a strong desire to keep exploring a little bit, make the most of my time out here. You can see some city stuff over here. It's quite a ways off. Like, it might be possible to get back to town that way. Maybe. I'm gonna just come back the way I came so I don't get lost. But there's a helicopter somewhere. I do get the feeling that a lot of people just view this as a place to dump their trash and shoot their guns and then go home. I don't think, it seems like Albuquerque as a whole doesn't see this as a place to live or to spend a lot of time, recreate. I think this is kind of a neglected little corner in the sense that I don't think anyone thinks about it. It's out of sight, out of mind for the majority. It's just the big empty out there somewhere. I wouldn't mind it though, especially because it's not that far from work. That's the important thing. You want to try and live in a desert like this with no job. It's a tough life. know this from experience. It's tough when you don't have an extra couple bucks to go get water. I think this desert is quite xeric. I think it gets about 4 inches of rain or precipitation a year. So probably not going to be able to do rain catchment and live off of that unless you have a really big surface. And even then, I think a lot of it is going to probably be in the form of snow. So you'd have to angle it to the south so that you could melt the snow before it blows off. As I'm sure this is a very mild day as far as the wind. Ooh, cinder blocks. Are they all broken, or is there some good ones out here? I'd like to come pick some of these up. Those are super useful. See, like, why would someone just leave cinder blocks in a big pile? Like, this would disappear instantly on the Taos Mesa. Someone would find a use for it. It wouldn't just be sitting here like this. Or some punk would come block the road with them. I'm just curious. This toilet. No obvious signs of alkaline water going through that. It must have just come from some random place in the city. Sometimes if you see like sinks or toilets or things like that live in a place like this and they were tapped into particularly shallow wells, it might have been stained red or orange from the alkaline water. Not that one though. Another random trash pile. I'm trying not to lose track of my vehicle here. It's a good ways back there now. And it's weird. You can just walk here and cover crazy amount of distance without even noticing. It's an old chair. Lazy boy or couch or something. Is this cool, Rusty? You liking this? Does this remind you of home? I feel you, buddy. Come on, buddy. I mean, I guess, worst that could happen is you buy a little piece of land out here, just set up shop in an RV until the government decides to kick you out. What real harm is being done there, Just clearing like a 30-foot by 20-foot little space for myself. Maybe plant some stuff. Try to see if anything will grow. Sorry about the camera shake, by the way, and my constant blathering. I'm just kind of excited, I haven't been in a place like this for a while, and let's get that out of the road. This camera's definitely not the best as far as stabilization or quality or anything. I definitely get the distinct feeling that you want to have some kind of a weapon if you lived out here, but I could be wrong. Definitely doesn't have that same welcoming vibe that the Taos Mesa does. I mean, it does, but it definitely has a bit more of an outlaw feeling to it. Just got to protect your neck. I tend to think, though, that people tend to just exaggerate the dangerousness of a place like this. Oh, it's such a terrible place. Why would you ever want to be there? And like, you'll get shot or something bad will happen to you. And it's like, it's just a desert. There's just not other people around. It's not like that in and of itself is going to lead to your death or something. Arguably, right now during this pandemic, you're a lot safer here than you are living in the city, packed together with a bunch of other people. I don't really want to go that way because that looks like somebody's setup over there. Maybe. It could just be another city street, but it's hard to tell. See, now that, I'm sure there's used motor oil in that. I'd bet money. No, I was wrong about this one. Oh yeah, that one has used motor oil in it. See, like, why dump that here? There's places you can go in town that will accept this stuff for free. Why would you just dump this out here in the desert, What's the purpose of that? Makes me really just want to bring a big ass truck out here and haul all the trash away, but this wouldn't be a good time for that because I'm pretty sure anywhere I could take it right now would be closed. It's just, I feel like it's kind of careless to do something like that when there's options available in the city. There's no real good reason. Now, this is a cool element of out here also. The hills are much more dramatic than they are on the Taos Mesa. You can tell because there's this ridge right here. I mean, there are some hills on the mesa like that, but more just, it's like waves. I keep calling it the mesa, and I'm sure anyone from Albuquerque is confused. Which mesa are you talking about? Okay, they got past me just fine. Good deal. They're riding their dirt bike out here, it looks like. I had a brief moment where my heart rate escalated. I'm like, another person? That's disconcerting. It doesn't seem so bad. I'm just cruising. I think that's enough of that. Catch y'all on the next one.